Hello Headbangers, welcome to the club. Today we talk about Queen and the legendary Freddie Mercury. Make sure to hit that like button if you love one of these artists. Freddie Mercury was without a doubt one of the best singers of all time. But even the best sometimes feel the need to get inspired or look at other singers and be influenced by their style. And in this sense, Freddie Mercury was interviewed on several topics and ends up assuming his love for Areetha Franklin and talks about people who copy or steal in rock, giving his opinion about it and citing a strong influence that inspires him to bring elements new to his own band Queen. For anyone who may be unfamiliar with them, Queen are a British rock band formed in London in 1970. Their classic lineup was Freddie Mercury, Brian May, Roger Taylor and John Deacon. Their earliest works were influenced by progressive rock, hard rock and heavy metal, but the band gradually ventured into more conventional and radio-friendly works by incorporating further styles, such as arena rock and pop rock. Before forming Queen, May and Taylor had played together in the band Smile. Mercury was a fan of Smile and encouraged them to experiment with more elaborate stage and recording techniques. He joined in 1970 and suggested the name Queen. Deacon was recruited in February 1971. Before the band released their debut album in 1973. When preparing for the release of A Day at the Races, Queen were looking for new inspiration, and in that sense, the song Somebody to Love comes up. To the surprise of many fans, the 1976 song was inspired by Areetha Franklin. Upon their return to the studio, it was the music legend Franklin who inspired Freddie to write their next hit single. Guitarist Brian May explained how Freddie Mercury wanted to be Areetha Franklin. He loved Aretha, and this was his gospel epic. It kind of followed in the steps of Bohemian Rhapsody in the sense that we were building up these multiple vocal parts, but this time we were being a gospel choir instead of being an English choir, explained May. And there's me going on about Aretha Franklin sort of made them go a bit mad. Mercury recalled once in an interview, "I just wanted to write something in that kind of thing. I was sort of incentivized by the gospel approach that she had on her albums, the earlier albums," giving an insight into the vibes of sessions while making lead single A Day at the Races. May explains there was a very good feeling. Freddie came in very well prepared with a lot of vocal parts and we just worked our way through it. The guitarist explains, "There was a very good feeling. I always remember thinking, yeah, this is going to be something great." Queen's hit track, Somebody to Love, peaked at number 2 in the official UK charts and was a top 10 hit in several other countries. The track only reached number 13 on the US Billboard Hot 100, although A Day at the Races gave the band their second straight UK chart topper, selling over 100,000 copies and earning gold status. And although Freddie Mercury was an avid Franklin fan and admitted that he would seek inspiration and, in a way, steal ideas from other artists, the musician had a very strong opinion on this topic. For Freddie Mercury, looking for inspiration from artists he admired was okay and acceptable, but blatantly stealing was the wrong thing to do, and, as he points out, it was a constant practice in the rock and roll world. In an interview, when asked about this topic, Freddie expressed his strong ideas on the subject.
Do you think people steal from each other in rock and roll a lot?
All the time.
Do you?
All the time, yeah. But there's stealing and there's robbing and there's sort of actual murdering. So, I mean, it just depends. I mean, everybody steals. And sometimes you steal without even thinking it, That can be good. I mean, it's just... I don't sit down and listen to everybody and say, okay, I'm going to snatch that phrase or whatever. I mean, I can get influence. Like Aretha Franklin's phrasing is just wonderful. I wish I could sing like her. Her phrasing is just so beautiful. I mean, it's so effortless, and it's just, she just sings like a dream. It's just like she doesn't have to think about it. I mean, when I have to sing, I think about it. I think, okay, I have to and I sort of practice a few phrases and then do it. Whereas I can tell by just listening to Aretha Franklin's records that, I mean, she just goes and then just, it's effortless. Having said that, I'm sure she'd call me up and say, wait a minute, I go in there and do... No, but it just sounds so effortless, and it's all sort of spontaneous phrasing and things, which is what I love, and I sometimes try to do that on it's like a song called Somebody to Love. That was the gospel element, and when Aretha was doing all the gospel stuff, I just loved that, the big, humongous choir behind her, all sort of like tidal waves behind her, singing, That's what I liked, and that's one element of Queen, because I mean the multi-tracking harmonies and all that. There's various ways of doing harmonies, and the gospel side of harmonies is just stupendous.
From what you've heard, do you agree with Freddie's comments? What did you think of him as a singer? Let me know in the comments below. Thank you so much for watching and see you in the next video.